From Emax International School. Guys, I'm back with a new chapter of history which is print culture and the merchant world. In this chapter, we will study about the history of print culture. Nowadays, guys, you just need 2 seconds to print anything on paper. But nothing like this before. The first printing technology came into Japan, China, and Korea. On that time, guys, printing is not done with the help of machines but was done with the help of hands, or you can say it hand printing. On that time, scribes can duplicate books as they were knowing calligraphy. Now, guys, what is calligraphy? Calligraphy is the art of beautiful and stylish writing. After that, in AD 594, woodblock printing developed in China. Guys, in woodblock printing, first letters were carved and then ink is added to letters on woodblock and then paper is rubbed on woodblock. Guys, with this process, the letters on woodblock are printed on paper. Guys, on that time, papers were very thin with many tiny holes present in it. So guys, with this, we can only use one side of paper for printing. We cannot use another side of paper for printing. So it's a problem. But guys, as we all know that Chinese people were very smart and are very smart. So they found a solution for this. They started making accordion books. In these books, guys, paper were folded and stitched. For a long time, China was the major producer of printed material. Guys, this is because of a huge bureaucratic system. Due to this, civil service examinations were conducted in China. So guys, now books are needed to conduct examinations, otherwise how would students will conduct their examinations? So due to these reasons, books were printed in China. Guys, from 16th century, the population of exam candidates increased as well as printing of books. So guys, by 17th century, the urban culture was spread all over China. So now, printing was not only used for exams but was also used for some other purposes. Like merchants started using printing in their daily lives for carrying their trade information. When peoples were free, they started reading books and it became a leisure activity in China. People started liking reading books, and also the rich women started reading books. Some of them also published their own books related to their home affairs. By the late 19th century, the Western printing techniques and mechanical presses were imported in China, and Shanghai became a hub in this new printing culture. So guys, this was the history of print culture in China. Now let us discuss about print in Japan. So from China, Buddhist missionaries introduced printing technology into Japan around AD 768 to 770. Now guys, what are missionaries? Missionaries are those people who promote their religion in other countries. The oldest Japanese book printed in AD 868 is Buddhist Diamond Sutra. Wondering fact about this book was that it had only 6 sheets. In Japan, pictures were printed on textiles, playing cards and paper money. In Japan, poetry and stories were published regularly and books were cheap and abundant that people can afford it. So guys, in libraries and bookstores in Japan, there were different kinds of books. So guys, it was the history of print in Japan. Let's come to our next topic, which is print comes to Europe. In 11th century, Chinese paper reached Europe through Silk routes. On these papers, scribes started writing manuscripts. Now guys, what are manuscripts? Manuscripts are handwritten books. In 1295, Marco Polo, one of the greatest explorers, returned to Italy after spending many years in China, introduced woodblock printing into Italy. After that, Italians started printing with woodblock. After some time, it spread to other parts of Europe. There was clearly a great need for even quicker and cheaper reproduction of text. So guys, next comes John Gutenberg. Who was he? He was a German goldsmith and inventor credited with inventing the movable type of printing in Europe. He learned the art of polishing stones, so he became goldsmith. By 1448, he perfected the art of printing in Europe. Guys, the first book he printed was the Bible. Around 180, he created around 180 copies of Bible within 3 years. From the second half of the 15th century, near about 20 million books were printed in Europe. By late 19th century, the Europeans' literacy rate increased due to printing. So guys, this was the chapter number 5 of history. Hope it helps you to understand. Goodbye. Thank you.